Did you know that we as human beings with a human brain have absolutely no say in whether or not we get programmed? This usually happens by default. Society, the media, authority figures, parents and family, our culture. But we absolutely do have a say when we have this awareness of how we get programmed or who and what we allow to program us. So, welcome to this sixth episode in More to Come Monthly of a series I'm calling Positive Programming for Cancer, where you will hear real, live, true, inspirational stories of cancer patients that healed themselves when the odds were completely stacked against them. What did they do? What makes them so special? In some cases, it's clear, in others, not so much. Either way, the more your brain starts to hear, and especially consistently hears these types of positive success stories, the more you will learn and come to know that it is possible for you too. That's just how it works. So, hello. I'm Dr. Lisa Matejka, naturopathic doctor, energy worker, transformational life coach, and I help those with cancer navigate their journey back to health and wellness to an even better state than before on all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and perhaps even spiritually. So, today, for those of you who celebrate the holidays, you get a holiday bonus. 2 for the price of 1. 2. That's right. Success stories from cancer. And 1 is a doggy. So that always warms the heart. These will be relatively quick and to the point. So we'll start with the human first. Impressive story. Stage 4, pancreatic cancer. For those of you that know, that's one of the worst diagnoses given. Metastases to the lymph, stomach, adrenals, liver was the diagnosis given to Annie of Oregon in July 2010. 5 months later, more metastases found to the lungs and brain. She was sent home to die with only 3 weeks to live, if that. There was nothing more that could be medically done for her. At that point, it was too late. So, being a retired nurse, she wasn't really too excited about the conventional route anyways. She had studied some natural medicine on her own and decided to give that a try. Her husband and her did some research and they became enthralled with a clinical trial conducted by Dr. Warburg and Dr. Sartori. Yes, Dr. Warburg won the Nobel Prize for his research on cancer cell metabolism and respiration. And Dr. Sartori did some research on the effects of diet and nutrition on cancer occurrence. And later on, together, they conducted a clinical trial regarding cesium chloride therapy. The literature did not give exact protocols, so her husband and her gave their best guesses, did some trial and error, and her protocol largely revolved around this cesium, potassium, other minerals, and some vitamins. So she tested her pH and it would spike up, then down, then up, then down. And she theorized, she claims, this was due to the alkalinization she was doing to her body, which was then killing the cancer cells, which then made it acidic, and then it would kind of do this shift. That's what she says. And she did other things as well, a lot of supplements, too many to even name, and dietary changes as well. No sugar, none whatsoever, low carb, 80% vegetables, 20% meat. And I do just want to give a disclaimer here. Just because I'm telling people's stories does not mean that I'm recommending what they did. The cesium chloride therapy is definitely something to be very cautious with. It can be very dangerous. It leaches good things from the body. Also, it throws off potassium, which can be dangerous. Too much of it can be bad. And I'm not even 100% convinced as to the efficacy of it at this time. I'm so just take everything with a grain of salt. This is what, but she does claim that was a very big part of her success. Oh, she also did some oxygen therapy and even some topicals. But she was shedding weight rapidly and lost an astonishing 60 pounds. This was no quick and easy fix, and side effects from her treatments included numbness of the mouth, numbness of the outer thigh. But persistence pays off, and 16 months later, the tumors were shrinking. And at the time of this interview, 9 years later, she is still cancer free and stabilized. Cancer free from stage 4 cancer, pancreatic cancer. That's amazing. And now we move on to a totally different Anne, who happens to be the human of a cute golden doodle named Libby. Libby was diagnosed with lymphoma in August of 2019 at 8 years old. Her owner, Anne, was recommended to do chemo on her, which would give her a year to live, one more year to live, but not a very good year. And she was told would only live 8 weeks without it. But Anne decided against the chemo for her doggers, Libby, and decided to go the natural route. The poor puppers had muscle weakness in her back legs and would fall down the stairs every morning. She was drinking water excessively, urinating a ton, and having accidents all over the house and was super lethargic. She went from 57 to 43 pounds very fast. So what Anne did is she gave her precious pooch detox tinctures, immune building tinctures, changed her diet. That part was hard because Libby had no appetite to eat anyway. She was given prednisone as an appetite stimulant, which was the only drug that was given, but what didn't really work. So she added natural appetite stimulants, and the combination of the natural appetite stimulants and the prednisone did help her gain her appetite back. And the prednisone did seem to help with the muscle weakness in her back legs. So her owner gave her real food, snuck in supplements in that food as well. And a month later, her labs drastically improved. In fact, they were all in normal range, well, except for the calcium, which matters. And she was eating a lot, but still very underweight. So enter hydrazine sulfate, which is purported to have stopped the cachexia. And then also more supplements were done with her to deal with things like pH, oxygenation, nutrients. And by Christmas, Libby had all normal markers and was completely cancer-free. Cancer-free golden doodle Christmas miracle. So in both of these cases, what did it? Was it these supplements? Diet? I mean, those things can be useful, but the first one, that was an extreme case. Perhaps it was something else. Mindset. We truly may never know. And the point here, it really isn't, oh, let me offer you the most crazy heartwarming story, or let me offer you this exact thing. It's not about what they did. The point of these stories is to have you hear them over and over, and success, 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 stage 4 cured. Hearing these stories over and over, it helps your brain get programmed with the possibility that this can happen, and not only can happen, but this is normal. The more you hear these stories, it can be normal. If it happened to her and for her and him and them, why not you? Why not you? After all, you were born a miracle. There is greatness within you. A lot of people forget this, but you are not a statistic. You're an extension of the divine and not given anything you can't handle. And so claim it, own it, listen to these stories, and be that boss bitch. But if you do really want to know, what is it that these people are doing? Like, what are the things that set those apart from those that don't? that I can actually help you with. So my Christmas gift to you is I wrote an article based on decades of research by Kelly A. Turner, and it is called The 10 Common Healing Factors Among Cancer Survivors Who Beat the Odds. If they can do it, so can you. And yes, this gets into, again, decades of research on the top 10 things they all had in common, things all these cancer patients had in common that had spontaneous remissions, that had the crazy healings. So that will give you an actual idea more of the what and the how. And these stories just show you that, yes, there is a way. So click the link in the description box and I will email that to you. And until next month's, much, much love.